connected with a horse. Now, Joe White, this horse has a fascinating story, and we're going to try and track down his owner in the paddock a bit later on, because she won this horse in a scratch card just to run today. He hasn't got an awful lot of chance. He hasn't run for a very long time, Joe White, but a great story. Yeah, you certainly can. Go Universal going in to be saddled up now. And we'll leave the saddling boxes now, let the action continue. We'll just wait and see Sunny Bay as he comes through, and he's got a hood. All right, Phil? He's got a big hood on just to keep his ears dry. Sunny Bay going through to be saddled up.
And those of you who are horsey will know that if you keep a horse's ears dry and warm, the rest of him will be exactly the same. But it's something they used to do years ago, Pete. They don't do it now. Yeah, a lot of horses. Well, they used to sweat horses, didn't they? Put sheets on them and hoods right down them. They used to think that was a way of keeping them fit. But we've progressed from there now and decided that, you know, it's not the way. Horses didn't like it. It made them very itchy and uncomfortable. Despite the weather here, the public are really keen to see what's going on, and they are 10 or 12 deep. There is, of course, Mick Fitzgerald, Carl Llewellyn and Richard Dunwoody, 3 Grand National winning jockeys. Yes, it's a funny time in the weighing room now. You're just beginning to get your thoughts up together. The joking and the funny bits are over now. Mick just having a last drag on a cigarette there. Carl eating some energy food. And you really do just need to, I'd say, get your mind together, try and think what you're going to do, have your race plan all worked out. The jockeys will be wandering out into this paddock in a minute. It'll be absolutely packed with owners and trainers. One of the hardest tasks is actually trying to find your horse and find your connections. There is one of the horses. There's Winter Bell, ridden by Chris Bonner, top-class amateur with 3 rides round here. His rides have been good. Chris is a tremendous amateur. He's finished 3rd, 4th and 14th in his 3 rides to date. Now that is a record that speaks for itself. But what about Winter Bell? This one has bits of form, acts well on soft ground, you know, and that's important. Yes, and Howard Johnson's horses, Howard Johnson, who trains him, is just coming back into form with his horses, as we saw with Direct Route earlier in the week. What about Rough Crest? They've been backing him all week. He's relaxed. He's so relaxed, he's almost asleep. He's totally unaware that there's anyone around the ring. Yes, Mick there just still thinking how he's going to ride it. Bottle of brandy being offered to him, but I think he's brave enough without the Martel in front of him. But Rough Quest, I mean, it's lovely looking at those national horses, national winners parading beforehand that you pointed out, seeing all the different shapes and sizes that have won the race. And this old horse, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude about him, but he's quite a, you know, he's a casual old horse, almost a common old looking horse, isn't he? But he's got real thick legs, real strong, sturdy body, and a long horse, and ideal to jump the national fences. What about Banjo? Love this ground. Darren Mercer's colours. He's already had a winner there this week with A Card to Fee. Big, strong horse. And look at the camera on Richard Johnson's helmet today. Well, you could see it just now. We've had some super pictures already. I wonder what story that magic eye is going to tell this afternoon. It's all velcroed on, very safe. It'll all flick of a switch and away it goes. Banjo's big, strong horse hasn't shown his best this year, but is an out-and-out stayer. Yeah, different type of horse to Rough Quest, much narrower horse, very, very high-class horse. Came over from France with Martin Pipe, then moved to David Nicholson. Good form early, but as you say, just drifted off a little bit. David's horses haven't been in great form. Now they're coming back again. This is no rank outsider. Johnson's had just 1 ride, only got as far as the 15th. 31 is Fabricator. Muriel Norton trains in Richmond. John Supple, one of the 8 riders, having his first experience in the Grand National. Yes, he hasn't had a lot of racing over the last couple of years. There is John Supple just having a chat to... and he's in the right frame of mind, Stu. He's relaxed, he's happy. Well, you've got to be, haven't you? You've got to go out thinking positively, but you'd have to consider this as one of the outsiders. Well, 200 to 1 was his price. That represents his chance. What a beautiful individual Scott and Banks is. Now, that is a perfect horse. Lorcan Wire, he's one of the tough men of the weighing room. He's been planted in, buried in turf many, many times. A new father recently, and a very proud man. His wife Nora will be at home watching. 33 to 1. But this horse, I'm not sure about the ground, Stu. I think it's gone against him.
You're obviously right, Richard. He was a useful handicap chaser a couple of seasons ago, wasn't he? And he beat Barton Bank around here by 15 lengths in the Martel Chase. Very, very good form. But as you say, since then he's lost it, and I see nothing in his form to suggest that he's coming back so far.
Now here's one, Stu, you know better than anyone. He's won 2 nationals, the Scottish and the Welsh. Can he win the Martel?
Yes, you can, as I said, but he's a real character, a real laid-back character, isn't he? I mean, nothing bothers him too much. He always has blinkers on his head just to make him concentrate. And he's got Carl Llewellyn on his back to make him concentrate as well. So Carl has won on the horse. He's usually Tom Jenks' ride, but unfortunately Tom Jenks has broken his leg. We wish him all the best, and I know he's supporting the horse. He's 8 to 1 co-favourite now because of the rain. What do I think of his chances? I think he's got a great chance. I've been disappointed with his run since he ran at Chepstow, but there has been reasons for it. I think it was a little bit too short for him around Haydock last time, the time before that actually, and then he went back to Haydock, and I think we made a little bit too much use for him. I think Carl will try and jump him off somewhere towards the middle outer, just get him into his rhythm, not push him too hard, just hope that he's able to cope with the ground and stay up there, because if he can be somewhere near the leaders coming back onto the racecourse, he will be staying on.
We've seen quite a few of the horses. The jockeys haven't seen them for some time. They'll be wanting to come out very shortly, have their last few words. Nah Then Lad, again, stays, jumped round to finish 9th last year. Jenny Pittman knows what it is required to win a Martel National. She's done it twice. She won the Void race in '93. She's been so close with Garrison Savannah, placed with others like Corbière, and she is bullish about this horse, who's 14 to 1.
Yes, I mean, he beat Mr. Mulligan in the Sun Alliance Novice Chase. I mean, repeating that form, I mean, he's a certainty, isn't he? But he has proved a little bit inconsistent since, but he ran well behind General Wolf over 3 mile in January. That was at Haydock. He's well weighted, and he has a good chance.
The blinkers, there are quite a few horses with them in this race. There he is, 12 stone to carry. He didn't get home on faster ground last year. He didn't quite stay this trip, but he loves soft ground. But Stu, to get 12 stone in heavy ground is almost an impossibility.
Yes, it is, but he is not a tall horse, but he's a massively strong horse, isn't he? Extraordinary that you know, he does go through the soft ground, because you'd think weighing that so heavy, but he's a very heavy horse. You'd think he'd be sinking in the mud too far. But I mean, he did carry 11 stone 8 to win a Hennessy, and he made an appalling mistake with Graham Bradley, who did remarkably well to stay on him.
Well, the sun is trying to get through the clouds here. A little bit of rain, but not too bad. We're just sinking into the ground a tiny bit. Lord only knows what it's going to be like out on the course. Now, I promised you we'd catch up with the connections of Joe White, because this is a fascinating story. The horse is running for Racing for Life, which is a charity that benefits racing in particular. And Eileen Rhodes, a lady here, who I've been told to say is the oldest owner in the race, but you don't want me to say that, do you? You won this horse in a scratch card competition.
Yes, it's marvellous. I sold 3 horses. And I said to them, what do you mean? So he said, oh, I'll give you a form, send you off to Littlewoods, and go in the raffles. I thought, oh, well, I'm not to lose.
And what was your interest in racing before today?
Oh, all the family's always been interested in racing, all our lives, yes.
So when Joe White was getting saddled up, did you say anything to him? Did you make any comment to the horse?
I said, you've got to win, Joe.
And what did he say? He hasn't been on a race course for a very long time. Why is he called Joe White?
Paul Carver's father, apparently.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he knew a chap called Joe White, that's why.
Now, Bob Champion's here as well, who, of course, won the race on Alden Easy. Same colours are out there on Brave Highlander. Might bring back memories for you, Bob. Just explain a bit about the charity, though, and the reasons why you picked a horse.
Well, basically, as Mr. Rose said, it was a charity scratch card, which we did last year, and 3 charities benefit from it. My Cancer Trust, the Bob Champion Cancer Trust, Sparks, and Riding for the Disabled. So they're 3 very, very good charities, and they've been supported very, very well. And the winning scratch card person is Mrs. Rosen. I hope she has a great day out.
I'll tell you what, Eileen, I think that's the best £1 stake you must ever have had. Good luck.
Yes, a lovely day. Marvellous. Lovely atmosphere.
Best of luck, thank you.
High above the skies, the helicopter shows the number of people who are looking round the paddock, trying to get that last little bit of inspiration as to what to back. Sam Lee has been a housewife's choice.